Alright, we're back in the shop. SDRC, Screaming Demons RC. This is the third part of this video series on the Arrma Kraton. I'm installing a shock tower brace from the rear shock tower to the front shock tower, eliminating all, well, hopefully eliminating all the flex that happens into the chassis here. Even with these chassis supports, which I'm upgrading to GKA custom RC parts, billet aluminum, and also a couple other parts in here I'm getting too from that company. Even though I'm going to be adding those braces, I still wanted to make sure I wasn't going to have any flexing problem when we go up to the motocross track and push these Arrma Kraton and our other vehicles, X-Max, all the other vehicles we'll be running, truggies, you name it, buggies. We'll be pushing them probably 80 to 100 foot jumps this summer, so I want to make sure it's really strong and isn't going to be flexing and bending all over the place and killing my chassis. Even though I'll be looking into a B&M racing chassis for this here. I've been talking to Mike King at B&M Racing, and I'm really wanting to review and test one of the chassis for them as soon as they're done. Other than that, the only parts I'm really going to be looking at swapping out would be the shock towers eventually. Once again, I'm talking to Greg there at GKA RC Custom RC Parts in Alberta, and I'm going to see if he'll be making these anytime soon because I want to get those from him. Anyway, tonight we're going to I just got to finish this here, the front. Oh, of course I dropped it in there now. Give me 1 second. We're going to be finishing this front part of this brace. I made a small little bracket the other night, and I wasn't really happy with how that bracket turned out. So I made this new little plate here, which will be very simple to do. I'm just gonna basically put it on right there. I already have, it's hard to see in this light, but I already have one, sorry, I'm trying to get under a good light where you guys can see the marks and stuff. I already have one mark on there and a hole in there, so I'm going to use that little black dot you can see. That'll be my one mark I drill out and tap, and then the other one I'll just drill it out and tap it, and I'll probably use a couple of M3 screws to hold it in place, just some little button head ones like this to hold it in place, and I think that'll do the trick nicely. So anyway, I'm going to get at her and I'll show you guys what it looks like after it's done here. Alright, I've got the front bracket. Well, basically it's just a little plate I made here. I've got it screwed on there. I got two M3 screws holding it down, a button head and a flat one. It's basically just a Traxxas motor, stock motor mounting screw. I figured it would give it some good surface area to hold that little bracket down. So you can see it's just a little, well, it's hard to see with my camera. It's not picking it up. It's so bright in here. Maybe I can turn off a light for a second. So it's just a little bracket I made there, and that's basically holding this shaft here from sliding forward at all into the bulkhead. So yeah, it's gonna work really good. I think it's really super strong. It's gonna work great. I added a bit back here to the back one here, right there. You can see it's all shiny. I added a bit of goop, amazing goop by Eclectic Products on top of the screw head, just to keep it from ever trying to back out from vibration or loosen off anyway, because it was just a self-tapping screw. The ones at the front here, these I actually threaded. I tapped the holes after I drilled them. I tapped them to M3 threads, so they'll actually hold in there a lot better. I did Loctite them too with a thread lock compound here. Thread lock adhesive, Team Associate. I used that on them, so they probably won't come loose, but I probably will add a bit of the amazing goop 2 Max by Eclectic Products, because just a little bit on the heads of them. It'll run onto the aluminum. It dries clear. It's rubbery. If you need to remove it, you just basically peel it off like a piece of, well, silicone kind of. It's great. It bonds really good. I use it in all my stuff, and I always keep it with me in my field tool kit when I'm out there bashing anywhere with the crew and stuff. So great product to get. Keep that with you all the time. Oh, and a big shout out to our a sponsor of ours, NRC Hobby Shop. This isn't their tool kit. I just put it on there because This is a great new toolkit I got, Mastercraft. Actually, my dad gave that to me. But I just stuck the sticker on there because I always like to give a shout out to our local hobby shop, NRC Hobby Shop. And Matt there, he will take care of you. He's a great guy. Go in and see him. Anyway, I'm going to get a bit of this goop put onto these, and I'll give you a little shot of what that looks like after. And I got one more thing at the end of this video. I'm going to show you what I'll be doing in the next video, so stay tuned just a sec here. So there, you can just see on the top of those screw heads, they're just a little bit shiny in between them, and on top of them. I just added one little dab of glue there. Sorry, amazing goop too. Just a little drop there and kind of smoothed it out. You know, wet your finger there and smooth it out a bit, and let that dry. It dries pretty quick, and that's good to go. It'll hold those screws from ever coming out, most likely. And I thread locked them, like I said already. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you tonight is I got this material. It's really kind of, you can see it. It's hard plastic, like a nylon. It's really good. It's about 2.5 mils thick, and I'm going to be building mud deflector kind of shields that go back here. You guys have all probably seen those. They basically go right here. They bolt onto this area here, this flat surface area, and they stick up and they cover all this, so your drive shafts and your links in the bottom of your shocks and springs and your sway bars here and all this stuff doesn't get covered and caked and packed full of mud and hit with rocks and chipped up, and it just saves everything. Just really nice, clean look. I've seen it on quite a few vehicles that I like. They do sell them for the Arrma vehicles, but I would rather just make them myself. I have the material. I love making stuff. I'm sure you all do too. That's why I do these videos for you guys, give you tips and ideas for what you can do to your vehicles. Yeah, so I will be doing that next video, which will be probably tomorrow night, because I just tend to do these every night now. I'm out in the shop doing it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching them. Subscribe if you like these videos. Give me the thumbs up, you know. I appreciate it a lot. It helps out. It's great. My sponsors do like to see everybody giving me the shout outs and liking this, so give me a comment. Ask me any questions you want. I'm definitely here. I'll answer them, and I'll help you if I can. If you got any questions about my builds or something I can help with your builds, let me know. Anyway, SDRC, Screaming Demons RC, out.